In about half an hour's time, the midnight news. But now on Radio 4, Project Santa Claus.
It's Christmas in Whitehall. As the December sun drops from the sky like an ill-tied bauble off a tree, the bewitching hour is near. The civil servants who inhabit the great glass warrens of SW1 send each other Christmas cards, signed in triplicate. Across the lighted ceilings are web-tangled skeins of colored paper, replacing the usual tangled skeins of red tape. Mistletoe shrivels next to fluorescent tube. Merry pinstripers leap Frau Milch and volley-vont their way through office parties and spend their lunch hours wandering the credit card caverns of Oxford Street. The spell is complete. Soon the VDU op will be released from her terminal trance before the dancing green digits. Daisy wheels will cease clacking. Strip lights will abandon their buzzing. Telephones will end their shrilling. And the celestial finger will push the start button, and snow will begin printing out from the heavens. It is the season of peace and goodwill to all menials.
Humbug.
Pardon, sir?
I said humbug. Would you like a humbug?
Oh, no thanks. Trying to cut down on sweets and stuff. I'll be eating enough of those over the festive season.
Ah, the festive season. The time when all ruthless bureaucrats start crawling up chimneys instead of up senior backsides and prove they have a heart after all by lining it with cholesterol for a week. I can't stand Christmas.
No, I like it. It's a time for the children.
A time for spending money on the children, you mean? Anyway, you haven't got any children.
Yeah, I was one once. Anyway, I still enjoy Christmas. I always feel Christmas is like when you've got a pneumatic drill going outside your window. Suddenly, there's that blissful moment when it stops, and there's quiet. But you know that any second now it's going to start up again. That's how I think of Christmas, really. A moment of silence before the pneumatic drill of life starts bashing away again.
I must arrange a transfer for you to the Ministry of Metaphors, Michael.
Who was it said it's better to give than to receive?
Well, it wasn't the Department of Health and Social Security.
No, it's in the Bible, isn't it?
What, the DHSS? No, I don't think so. Mind you, would make sense. Yeah. They had to have the baby in a stable, didn't they? Thou shalt not covet thy neighbour's cohabitant.
No, someone said all that giving and receiving stuff in the Bible.
Yeah, it's rubbish anyway. Last year I gave my nephew a neutron destructor craft he'd been on about for months. He gave me a splitting headache.
Well, I think Christmas is nice anyway.
You'd seen the bloody thing on the advert, you see. On the advert, this neutron destructor craft goes hurtling through the depths of space, firing atom rockets at alien planets. Of course, when you actually buy the damn thing, all it does is sit on the carpet and fire red plastic pellets at the cat.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
Oh, dear, oh, dear. The only white Christmas we can dream about is the one with nuclear fallout all over it. Face it, Michael, Christmas is becoming worse and worse.
Have you been drinking?
Of course I have. Oh, it's the only way to get through it all.
Well, I suppose it is all a bit over-commercialised.
I'll say. Mind you, at least they've realised that at last. And,
Sorry?
Nothing. You. One too many glasses of Bolivian Moselle, I think. Look, downhill. Why don't you knock off early, get home, wrap up your little nephew's Action Man Nirex Inspector outfit.
Sorry. It's just that before I go, I just wanted to get hold of some department diaries. We've normally got them by now. Defence and Ag and Fish had theirs weeks ago. Ours aren't even out yet. Seems a bit odd.
Doesn't seem remotely odd. The DTI diary for 1987 is right on schedule for delivery in 1991. Sounds like fairly standard civil service forward planning to me.
It's just that...
My advice to you, Michael, is get home, get the jolly, festive Sam Peckinpah film on, and crack open the Bristol cream.
Christmas is one long drink to you, isn't it?
Certainly. Pissed on earth and good luck to all men, I say. You better answer that. I'm off home.
Hello?
Michael?
Oh, hello, Mum. I was just...
Michael, you still at the office? It's Christmas Eve.
Yeah, I know. I was just trying
Oh,
to...
I suppose you were still cross-referencing those applications for F-95 clearances.
Actually, I haven't got very far with those yet.
Oh, Michael, you promised. You know how that Mr. Crawley will go on if the subcommittee can't ratify the new coding procedures.
It looks like it might snow later.
Any new tenders to build the Huddersfield Ring Road?
None to actually build the road. We've had 439 offers to supply the traffic cones, though.
Well, sort them out and make sure you liaise with DOE for heaven's sake. Now, have you got my diaries?
Well, actually, I
Oh,
haven't been...
Michael, you know I like to give your department diary to all your uncles and aunties. They're all so proud of you. When I told your Uncle Stuart that you were already countersigning memos at interdepartmental level, he was that proud.
But next year's diaries don't seem to have been printed yet.
Oh, nonsense. They must have been.
Look, where are you anyway?
In a call box in Oxford Street. I've just been buying some last-minute presents. I've got your Uncle Ian that electric golf ball warmer he wanted, and your niece Georgina wanted one of those new dieting Cindy's that can get thinner, and then Tom wanted...
Yeah, look, why don't you hop on the underground and come down to the office? It'll only take you 10 minutes.
Michael, it's Christmas Eve. The underground was less crowded during the Blitz than it is now.
Oh, come on, it can't have been.
People weren't in the habit of fleeing from air raids whilst carrying entire fitted kitchens in Selfridge's gift wrapping, you know. Honestly, 5:25 on Christmas Eve, and there are lots of people here who are only just starting their Christmas shopping.
Now, how do you know?
They've still got checks left.
Are you going to come down here and meet me?
All right, then. If we catch the 6:10, we should be back in time to watch Desmond Lynam's Disney Time. Bye.
All right. One last try. Hello, stationery?
Hello, this is stationery here.
Oh, hello. I know it's late, but I was just thinking... Oh, dear. Look, I've asked you this several times before, but have you got any departmental diaries yet? I need about 15.
Diaries? Yes, we've got hundreds and hundreds. They've been sitting here for weeks.
Oh, good. Last time I was told they hadn't been printed yet. Thought that was a bit odd. Can I pop up and get them? Hello? Hello? Probably passed out by the sound of it.
Down here, we're off to the pub for the liquid hors d'oeuvres to the festive season. You coming?
All right, just quickly. I haven't got long.
Extension 4465.
Yes?
Hey,
look,
hey.
No, you go on. I'll be there in a minute.
Oh, part of the problem, my son. See you down there, then.
This is the stationery store here. I'm afraid there's been a mistake. There are no diaries available. They have not been printed.
But I was told that there were hundreds of them by some girl.
There is no girl on duty here this afternoon.
But I just spoke to her. Look, I can hear her singing.
That's the radio. I'll just turn it off.
Look, all I want is 15 or so department diaries. There's lots of people I need them for.
I see. Well, I'm sorry, but they've not been printed. Goodbye, and Merry Christmas.
Strange. Oh, Mum will be here in 20 minutes or so. Better get to the pub and say goodbye to everyone.
Oh, mate, Santa Claus. This old bloke in a red coat who flies around the earth on a vertical take-off sledge, propelled by 6 gravity-defying reindeer.
That's it.
What does your average air traffic controller make of that, eh?
Yeah, right. Oh, Michael! Here, we're over here.
All right. Now, can I buy anyone a drink?
Don't buy anyone a drink, buy us a drink. Did you get it? No, I mean, think about it. There's some pretty stupid things about Christmas. Take Christmas trees. Can you imagine if in the middle of July you dragged a large coniferous tree into the middle of your living room
Sure, yeah.
and then proceeded to cover it in small, brightly coloured spheroids? You'd be banged up in a room with a rubber wallpaper before you could say myrrh.
Yeah. Say what?
Myrrh.
Myrrh.
And that's another thing. The 3 wise men. If the 3 wise men were so wise, then how come they judged that the most suitable present for a newborn baby boy was precious metal and myrrh? The 3 naff men, more like.
Yeah.
The 3 not very knowledgeable about postnatal gifts men. I bet Jesus never used his myrrh either.
Probably not.
You don't find much in the rest of the Gospels about how Jesus found his myrrh so useful for the rest of his life. I bet myrrh was like hankies in those days. You got it for people you didn't know what to get. Like when your aunt gives you socks. I bet all over Bethlehem next day there were people going, oh good, just what I wanted. Some myrrh.
Myrrh.
Well, naff myrrh. If the 3 wise men had really been wise, they would have given him a weeble seesaw and a Tonka truck. I mean, he was just a tiny baby wrapped in swaddling clothes.
What are swaddling clothes?
Well, they're clothes that you're swaddling.
Oh.
When you finish swaddling, you get changed.
Oh.
Presumably babies swaddle a lot.
Here we are. 2 pints of beer.
You've got a Coke.
Well, I can't get tiddly. I've got to meet my mum. Actually, you could help me. I need to get hold of some departmental
Oh,
diaries.
not the trade and industry diary. That's well dull.
Yeah.
It's all public holidays in Tanganyika and years of good vintage claret.
My wife always buys me a decent diary. I think it's, what's name's Jonathan Miller's pop-up diary this year. Oh, it's great. Turn to May the 1st, see, this great big maypole springs up at you. St George's Day, this bloody great dragon comes leaping out. 4th of July, 2 F-111s pop up and fly off the page and bomb you. Yeah. It's all right, though, they miss.
Yeah, either way, all I want is a few diaries to give my relatives. It's a family tradition almost. I think I'll nip back to the stationery store myself and see if there are any there or not.
Oh, yeah.
Should only take a few minutes. No one about. All off to watch Tony Gubber's Disney time, I suppose. Ah, here we are. Stationery store. Right. Paper, biros, executive biros, ring binders, executive ring binders, senior executive ring binders. Civil servants do it on subcommittee stickers. Ah, here we are. Department of Trade and Industry Diary, 1987. And there's hundreds of them. Why haven't they been given out? Looks perfectly all right. Pages in right order. Number of days in April have been seasonally readjusted. Hang on. Where's Christmas? It doesn't say Christmas Day, just December the 25th. That's all. Someone's coming.
I appreciate that, but it's a severe liability to have the diary still around. Why haven't they been destroyed?
I better hide.
Look, I think someone's onto us. We've had persistent calls from someone saying he has lots of people to give diaries to.
But how did anyone find out about PSC? No one can know, surely.
Anyone noticing that Christmas has vanished from next year's DTI diary could put two and two together. We must arrange for the diaries to be shredded at once. Turn the light off on the way out, will you? Vital that no one knows about PSC yet. God knows what would happen if...
What on earth is going on? And what's PSC? Ian can help.
The three wise men found him in the first place was at the star shone in the east.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people reckon it was Halley's Comet, you know. If it was, I was surprised the Three Kings could find a bloody thing. If you can't see it with $1 billion satellite, what chance have you got of following its clear directions over rocky Middle Eastern terrain from the back of a moving camel?
Yeah, right. Hey, it's Michael. He looks as if he's been running.
Can you come with me, quick?
Michael, it's Christmas Eve. I'm having a quiet drink and then I'm going home.
Yeah. Look, you've got access to the T-level computers, haven't you?
Yeah, but I mean...
No, please, just 10 minutes, please, it's vital.
All right. This had better be important, Michael.
Excuse me.
Oh, I'm sorry, love. Building's closed.
I'm supposed to be meeting my son.
Closed now, love.
Michael, his name is. Michael Downhill.
No one here now, dear.
Well, what's that light on up there, then?
All gone home, love.
Looks like the computer room.
No one left up there.
Why is the light on there?
It's nothing to do with me. To gain access to the computer room, you need to be grade 5 security.
With T-code classification and on the full access list of Section 2 computer accessible personnel, I know. Are you going to let me in or not?
Can't do that, love. Building's shut. All gone home.
They haven't all gone home. There's someone in the computer room.
No one left near, love.
Oh, they might as well replace you with a parrot.
Couldn't do that, love. Against regulations. No pets in the building.
Well, what on earth is Michael doing in the computer room?
What on earth are we doing in the computer room?
Look, Ian, this is next year's Department of Trade and Industry diary.
Very exciting. Can I go now?
Look at it.
You brought me up 14 floors and required me to willfully misuse a T-code classification computer accessible personnel key just so you can show me next year's diary.
No, listen. Look on December the 25th for next year.
Huh?
It doesn't say Christmas Day.
Doesn't say Christmas Day. Why don't you go and buy the Let's Diary the bloody obvious if you want to be reminded of when Christmas Day is?
No, I think there's more to it than that. Look, how do you work this computer?
Oh, well, this is the IBM Series 500 mainframe computer, fully interfaced to the central government data bank and all other departments. It stores 8 trillion megabytes of information on one disk and is capable of making over 8 million calculations every half second.
Well, I better use the one where you can write out your name and make Munchman eat up the little dots.
I'll better operate it then. Right, let's get this over with. Select data access code, select menu, code selection, enter request. Right, what do you want to know?
Put in PSC.
Michael, if this is a joke, it's about as humorous as Norman Fowler.
Just put in PSC.
Request not recognized.
Well, does that mean it doesn't exist?
No. That means it does exist, but it's under a higher security coding. I've never heard of it, and I've got security access right up to Red 2, which either means I've just never come across it, or it's accessed at Red 1 level. Oh, that's ridiculous. Red 1 is the absolute ultra-secret stuff. You know, nuclear launch codes, real unemployment figures, that sort of thing. Okay, let's see if we can find it. Top security. There's only one chance. Try Blockbusters.
Not recognized.
How about Jeux sans frontières? Question of sport. Aha, there we go. Right, you're in. Try PSC again. But be very careful. At red level, you'll trigger an alarm if you press a wrong sequence.
PSC.
You've done it.
PSC. PSC is the code name of Project Santa Claus. See aims, methods, forward planning. Try aims. There you go. Project Santa Claus. Currently under strictest secrecy, Project Santa Claus comprises the government's ongoing plans for the privatization and selling off of Christmas to private industry. What? Dispense with the state monopoly on Yuletide festivities by means of franchises, and the selling of shares in Christmas to the public under the slogan, "Now everyone can own a little piece of Christmas." This is incredible. Look, I want to know more. Now,
Don't press that. That's not the right sequence. No! A level red security alarm. They'll be here in 48.3 seconds. Run for it.
Sorry, dear, I can't possibly let you in.
Look, I've explained this to you 8 times. I'm meeting my son here. He works here.
All gone now, love.
He can't have gone. He knew I was coming. He wouldn't go. What's that?
Level red security alarm. Some sort of intruder.
You said there was no one in the building.
No one authorised. Unauthorised personnel's got nothing to do with me.
But Michael is authorised. I do hope he's not in any trouble.
Who are you working for?
This department.
Pull the other one, laddie. It's got bells on. All right, Sergeant. Take him to room 101.
It's being redecorated, sir. Painted and doing it up in lime green. Looks rather nice, actually. Can't really go in there, though.
All right. Take him to room 102. Where did the other one go?
He got away, sir.
Got away? I told you, cover all the classic escape routes. Fire escapes, lift shafts, ventilation ducts, wiring conduits. How did he get away?
He went straight down the stairs, sir.
Crafty bastard. They train him smart, the KGB. Get hold of Ambridge on the Scrambler. Tell him the intruder's waiting to have a little chat.
It's 7:15 and I'm off home. I don't remember that very first Christmas when Mary and Joseph was turned away from the inn. It's a little known fact that the inn was subsequently dropped from the next edition of the Michelin Guide.
James!
Hello, my son. You haven't finished your bevy.
They've got Michael. They're after me. Here, let's go.
Go?
To Fleet Street, and quick.
No sweat. I've got the XR3 outside. Let's go. You can hear my new in-car compact disc on the way.
Welcome to room 102, Mr. Downhill. Shame about the decorators being in next door, but this one's nearly as good. I hope the guards didn't hurt you.
No, it's not that. It's this colour scheme.
Yes, they repainted in here last week. I'm afraid the lime green is a little garish. But to business. At approximately 5:31 this evening, a call from your extension to the third-floor stationery store was intercepted, in which you said that you had a lot of people to whom you wished to give department diaries. May I ask who these people are?
Well, there's Auntie Maureen, Uncle Tom, Jessica down the road. There's Uncle
Officer,
Edward.
check the following in the list of recognized KGB code words. Uncle Tom, Auntie Maureen.
What are you on about?
Mr. Downhill, if any of these alleged relatives turns out to be Soviet Secret Service codes for Fleet Street contacts, or worse still, news producers at the BBC, then you'll never see Red Square again.
Red Square? I've never been anywhere near it. My mum's looking for me, you know.
Is she? Doubtless your mother is a decent woman to whom Burgess, Philby and McLean are a firm of solicitors, and moles are merely a nuisance in the garden.
I can't believe this. 1 minute I just want a standard department diary, and the next minute I'm Clive Ponting.
You see, Mr. Downhill, I know it's Christmas Eve. I know we all want to get home and watch Harry Carpenter's Disney Time, but the fact is that you've become privy to a highly sensitive piece of information.
Look, I'm just an EO clerk from Provincial Projects Feasibility Studies section. The only secret I'm privy to is whether Huddersfield might get a new ring road in 1998.
You know too much. We may have to wipe your brain.
3 years on the civil service has done that already.
We cannot allow you to hold unauthorized knowledge of Project Santa Claus. It's too sensitive. We're already at an advanced stage. That's why next year's diaries were printed without Christmas Day on December the 25th.
You're abolishing Christmas?
Not abolishing it, moving it.
Where to?
June 29th, so we can catch the tourist season. In order to attract shareholders, we may have to have 2 Christmases a year. Yes?
Ambridge, we've got trouble. Intruder in Block B, ground floor.
Do you have a description?
Female, early to mid-50s.
Is she dangerous?
Hard to tell. Can confirm. Is dangerous.
I think it's my mum.
She's carrying a suspicious-looking parcel in Selfridge's wrapping paper. Could be a boy.
It's a golf ball warmer and a dieting Cindy, actually.
Intercept and bring her here. Use of unnecessary force is absolutely fine.
Roger.
All right, Mr. Downhill. Let me explain in a little more detail about Project Santa Claus. Turn around and face this television over here. Switch it on, Corporal.
I'm sympathy thee. It's pleasure isle for me.
Oh no, Cliff Mitchellmore's Disney time has already started.
Put it on the video channel, Corporal.
Oh, Joseph, I'm tired.
I know, Mary, darling, but keep going. We've got to have somewhere to spend the night.
Too bad there was no room at the inn.
They'd never have had all that trouble if they'd had Trust House 40 in first century Judea.
But that's sacrilege.
No, it's not. Christmas is already enormously commercialized. All we're doing is making it official. Naturally, the church will hold the franchises in all religious areas, except a few carols, but I'm sure you yourself have sung the amusing lyrics concerning the shepherds washing their socks by night, Mr. Downhill. So it's only a short step to a commercial in which the angel of the Lord appears unto them and points out the benefits of, say, bold automatic.
Well, this all seems a bit horrid to me.
Nonsense. It's a sound economic policy. Rights in Father Christmas alone were sold for over 50 million for a 5-year franchise. Henceforth, Santa Claus will be known as Hitachi Santa Claus. Every magic sleigh will have to carry the legend Hitachi on its side, and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer will have a range of electrical goods hanging from his antlers.
I don't believe this.
We've sold exclusive rights on Christmas cards to British Gas, so that Christmas cards in future will show slight twists on the traditional. A robin perched on a gas fire, the 3 wise men bearing gold, frankincense, and a gas fire.
The public will never support this.
Naturally, we have to be careful. If one is used to finding a motto in one's cracker, it may be a bit of a shock to find instead an invitation for sherry and mince pies at Sellafield. All Christmas crackers in future are franchised to British Nuclear Fuels.
Well, at least they should make a decent bang from now on.
The public cannot know about the scheme until we're absolutely ready. And that is why you, Mr. Downhill, pose a big problem.
Look, you'll never get away with this. My friend Ian will be onto every newspaper in the country by now.
A pen is not only mightier than the sword, Mr. Downhill, but it's also commonly used to keep sheep in. In time, the press will know, but for now, all I have to do is pick up this phone, and he'll be stopped within a minute.
No, you can't.
Don't waste your breath, Mr. Downhill. Once this call is made, our secret is safe, and we can take you to the mind-wipe machine. It's in the photocopying room, and as soon as we've translated the instruction manual and changed the plug, we're in business.
MI6?
This is Ambridge, Government Security. Listen to me very carefully. I want you to...
there you are. What are you doing, keeping Michael here at this hour on Christmas Eve?
Madam, I'm in the middle of a vital phone call.
Oh, shut up!
Hello? Hello?
Yes, hello, sir.
Oh, yes, this is, this is security. Just to say, don't do anything at all, and definitely don't intercept anyone called Ian Finney on his way to Fleet Street. Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Thank you very much. And the same to you, sir.
Mum, you've just saved the country.
Never mind that. I want an explanation from you, or it's no mince pies.
Here are this morning's 1 o'clock headlines. There is still no official reaction to the startling leak this morning of a secret government plan to privatize Christmas. Sources close to number 10 are quoted as saying, "Oh God, how did that get out?"
Mr. Speaker, I have to tell the House that this idea was merely one put forward by the think tank. I had no idea that it's being put into practice.
Trouble from our own backbenchers. But it seems that the civil service has seriously misled the government as to the extent of the plans. The Prime Minister has categorically denied that Santa Claus has been sold to the Japanese.
Mr. Speaker, whether or not the Right Honourable Lady knew of the scheme, she is in power and she should resign.
Order! Order! Come on, let's have a bit of bloody order for God's sake. Oh, shut up, you bunch of morons.
Thank you, Mr. Ben. Now the controversial plan to sell Christmas. Any questions, anybody? Yes, the gentleman over there with the long white beard and the sack full of presents.
The Times has always been independent. What would Scrooge and Bob Cratchit have made of this present plan? It cannot be gainsaid that we of the times would concur with Plato when, ipso facto, the reductio ad absurdum is tantamount to overemphasizing the methodological sine qua non of these long words, when short words would do. Blah, 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 pretentiously.
The Sun says, right on, Maggie. The Whitehall Mandarin's plan to flog boring old Santa is just the tonic the nation needs. Only the loony left can whine their objections. But who needs them? Certainly not Super Sammy Fox, who's wearing our Let's Flog Christmas t-shirt on page 3.
Controversy fueled further today when the Selfridges Santa Claus and Mr. Nick Bulstrode claimed that Geoffrey Archer had sat on his knee, stuffed £2,000 into his beard and told him to leave the country.
Go sailing by on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. I saw 3 ships go sailing by, and all of them were Townsend Torreson. On Christmas Day in the morning.
Opinion polls show that the government has dropped enormously in popularity since the revelation that they are planning to sell Christmas.
Latest opinion polls show Labour with 43%, Alliance with 41%, and the Tories with 0.002%. A spokesman described the figures as a typical mid-term setback.
CBS News, Dateline 24th, and top story in Great Britain. The Prime Minister prepares to resign. Mass resignations in the White House as Reagan admits plans to secretly ship Christmas puddings to Britain. The whole Western world totters on the brink of political chaos.
Michael never meant to cause anybody any trouble.
Mrs. Downhill, do you think your son could be prosecuted under the Official Secrets Act?
No, but I'll certainly be making sure he does all the washing up.
Sir Robert Armstrong has firmly denied his rebuttal of his refusal to retract his refutation of his original denial, and now admits that he is Sir Robert Armstrong, and that the plan did exist.
Facing more trouble from our own backbenchers, and there now seems to be severe doubt as to whether Mrs. Thatcher can survive this crisis.
I was unaware of this scheme. It was never discussed in Cabinet. They must have talked about it while I was going to the toilet. I never liked the idea anyway. Oh, please.
Tomorrow, the Prime Minister is expected to announce her decision to resign. Resign! 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 Resign!
Resign!
I didn't do it. No. Oh, Dennis, wake up. I've just had the most terrible dream. Oh, my goodness. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Yes.
Hello, Margaret. Merry Christmas.
Oh, hello, Norman. Goodness, yes. Merry Christmas to you and all the Cabinet. Did you get any nice presents?
I got a book, 50 Years of the BBC.
Oh, how delightful. Anyway, what do you want?
Well, I met this civil servant chap at a party last night, and he had rather a good idea.
Yes?
Yes. Next year, why don't we privatise Christmas?
Project Santa Claus featured Tony Slattery as Michael Downhill, Joan Sims as Mrs. Downhill, David Tate as Ian, Hugh Dennis as James, Sally Grace as Mrs. Thatcher, and Richard O'Brien as Ambridge. It was written by Steve Punt and produced by David Tyler, and produced by David Tyler, and produced by David Tyler, and produced...